me a little credit.
Just one day.
Just one day.
Well, it's like me forgetting my name on the paper, so.
All right, folks, so we're going to do these 2 warm-up problems before we get back into Desmos and those scatter plots. Awesome. So it says a line through which 2 points would be parallel to a line with slope of 3/4. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about parallel lines? They never cross. So they have, and what do I want my slope to be? What do I want my slope to be? 3/4. They tell me I want it to be 3/4. Everybody good? Do I have a nice little graph that I can count rise over run and see if they never cross? I don't. So how do I calculate slope if I'm given 2 points? Everybody remembers this, right? Okay, so I need to do that until I find one that is 3/4. So what do you think? Anybody feeling lucky? They want to guess F, H, G, or J? I hear G and J. There is no E. Oh, G. We'll start with G. Is that what you guessed back there, Gage? I know, but what else did you guess back there? Okay, we'll do G and J, and we'll see if we get the answer. Here we go, letter G. I'm going to label them first. Since you guessed G, you're going to give it to me here. What is y2 minus y1? Over. What do you get in your numerator? You can tell me what 1 minus 2 is. And then how about negative 4 minus 0? So what is a negative over a negative? So this is positive 1/4. Is that what I wanted? No. So not G. Gage, are you ready to do H back there? Okay, so I'm going to label them first. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. He said H. Oh, okay. Well, J it is then. What's that? No. Ready for J? Okay, X2 or Y2 minus Y1. What's your Y2? Minus what's your Y1? Over what's your X2? Minus your X1. Okay, so what is negative 2 minus a negative 2? And what is negative 4? Okay, what is 0 divided by negative 4? Okay, is that what I wanted? No, so it's not J either. You want to guess F? Let's see if it's F. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. All right, Savannah. Over. What is 2 minus 5? And the bottom? What is a negative over a negative? Positive. What's up, ma'am? Right over there. Thank you. Is that what I wanted? It is. So that would be parallel to that. How we doing? Good? All right, so take a look at the next one over there, over to the right. Which equation best fits the data in the table? Wait a second, it says best fits. What does that remind you of? Best fits. What is that? A scatter plot, right? A line of best fit? How do we find our lines of best fit these days? To what? No. Guys, do I make you calculate your line of best fit anymore? What do? You put it in Desmos, right? And I normally have you do 2 points that I tell you to use, correct? And you put it in a table, yes? Can you have more than 2 points in a table? Sure you can. In fact, this table has how many points? 4. So what do you think you're going to do with those 4 points? Put them in Desmos in the table. All right, so I'm going to need somebody to tell me what those points are. 1, 2, you said? 1, 5. Okay, next one. 2, 7. 3, 9. and 411. So then, in order for me, now there should be a bunch of points on here. There are. Let's zoom in on those points. Okay, there's my points. Everybody see that? Now, what do I have to type into this next box down here to make a line appear on there? Y sub 1, right? Don't forget about your sub 1. Can somebody tell me why it has to be Y sub 1, why it can't just be Y? Because look up here at your table. You see how it starts with X1 and Y1? That's why we have to do Y sub 1. Is approximately, like that, the squiggle line, MX sub 1. Hold on a second. I got to get a sub 1 in there. And then get out of the sub, and then a plus B. And hopefully you get a line that goes right through there. How we doing, guys? This is what we talked about yesterday, right? Yes? Does anybody need help getting their line to appear on their graph? We sure. Speak now. The dots are there. Did you do Y sub 1? Squiggly line. MX sub 1. And then plus the B. Are you good back there? You're just stretching. Good? Cody, you're good? Logan? Quentin? You guys are good here or no? Ladies, how are you guys doing? Sarah, you weren't here yesterday. How is this? Is this showing up for you or no? Okay, so can you guys look at your M and your B and select the correct answer, please? Hey guys, anybody notice a mistake that I have on mine? You guys see how I put an N? Yeah, that probably should be an M, huh? There we go. Okay, so what's my slope? Okay, so again, I ask you, what's my slope? My slope is 2 and my y-intercept is 3. So which answer did you choose? B should be the proper answer. Isn't Desmos amazing? It's great. Any questions for me? Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. I know. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our vocabulary again for today. Same vocab you had yesterday. What's a scatter plot, sir? A graph of data. Hold on one second. Okay, bivariate data. Two, not variations, two variables. Somebody describe for me why yesterday I told you this should make sense to you. Yeah, if you're on a graph, you have to have an X and a Y. That's two things, correct? So that's why it should make sense to you. What's correlation? Shows a relationship between the variables. Awesome. What are your choices for correlation? You have 3 options. Everybody doing okay? So if it's negative, which way does it go? Positive? None? Everywhere. If it's positive, which way should my line of best fit go? Up. If it's negative, which way should my line of best fit go? If it's none, what about my line of best fit? You don't get to draw a line of best fit because they're all over the place. Fair enough? Okay, number 1 down there. What kind of correlation does that have? Okay, can you describe that to me in the context of this problem? Looking at the situation, what does this mean? Okay, so this is minutes per day, right? If I go this way, what's happening to the minutes per day? It's increasing. So we're going to say as the practice per day increases, what happens? The free throws made increases. And folks, that is typically true, right? The more you practice your free throws, the more you're probably going to make. Typically. Okay. What do you think about number 2 over there? It's positive again? Okay, so in the context of this situation, what does this mean? Look at your labels. As temperature rises, the sales of what? Correct. As temp rises, the lemonade sales increase. And folks, does that sentence make sense to you? Yeah. When it's hot, a lemonade stand does very well. You think somebody wants a lemonade today? If you're standing outside, you think you're going to want a lemonade? Probably not. You're going to want a coffee or a tea or a hot chocolate or something. Okay. So your sentence should make sense. Well, you're inside, and it's kind of warm in here. All right. So now that we know the correlation, let's draw. See how it says down here? Draw a line of best fit. But I need to tell you what points we're going to go through. So take your pencil, and I would like you to darken 20, 48, which is right there, and 70, 72. Use your straight edge and draw a line of best fit through those points. I saw on your homework some of you didn't use a straight edge. Please use a straight edge. Doesn't have to be a ruler. It can be a library card, an envelope, side of a book. There's plenty of things you can use for a straight edge. Say that again. Credit card, yep. An old gift card that doesn't have any money left on it. Okay, those are great things for straight edges. So what were those points I told you again? 20, 48, and 70, 72. Okay, now we're going to use those points to write the equation of that line. So once you get your line of best fit in there, take these points and plug them into your table, and let's get a line of best fit, an equation. Okay, so 20, 48, and 70, 72. All right, so let's get rid of these. And we said 20, and you should be doing this as well. 48, whoops. 20, 48, and what was 70, 72? Sure. Okay, and I might have to zoom out a little bit. There's my line. As long as you still have this typed in down here, you're not going to have to retype it in again. But it's something you have to know, okay? How we doing here, folks? So here's your M. Here's your B. So now let's write an equation. Somebody read it to me. Y equals 0.48x plus 38.4. Do you see how they're all there for you? Okay, so that should be written on your notes here. Y equals, what was it, 0.48x plus 38.4. Wonderful. All right, let's do that with the scatter plot right next door. Let me tell you that your points are going to be 70, 0.75. So 70, 0.75 would be right there. Darken them in. And then I want you to do 90, 2.75. 90, comma, 2.75. Use your straight edge and draw a line of best fit. What's that? Oh, yeah, that should say 3, shouldn't it? $92.75. How's everybody doing? Good? What are you going to do with those points now? Put them in a Desmos so you can get an equation. 70 and 0.75. What was the other one? 90 and 2.75. Ooh, what did you just say? Shallow. I like that word. Is this not very steep? Which means my slope better be really little. Is my slope really little? Yes, it is. Everybody see that okay? Are you ready to write an equation now? Yeah, all the information you need is now right in front of you. There's the m and there's the b. So, what is your equation? Was it minus or plus? 6.25 you said? Okay. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody's calculators going okay on their computer? Sarah, how are you doing? Is this going okay? Okay. All right, so let's flip it over to the back. I've got 3 questions for you, and that's it. And then you'll get your homework. What's that? Smell bacon? I smell something, but I don't know that I would say it's bacon. All right, anyways, moving on. Here we go. They are not. Are you ready? A scatter plot of data compares the number of years since a business has opened and its annual number of sales. It contains the ordered pairs. You guys see those ordered pairs? What do you think you're going to do with them? Plug them in, because I need to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So go ahead. Put in those points, and let's get an equation. That comma is separating your x and your y. So, no. What's the first x? 2, and then 650. So somebody thought that was 2,650. But remember that comma is separating your x and a y. Okay? Does everybody see that? You know what I mean? Well, I'm not done yet. What's the other one? 1280. Whoa, look at that line. That is not undefined, and it's not vertical either. It's not parallel. Guys, it's just super steep. How steep is it? No. How steep is it? Give me a number. How steep is it? It is 210. Isn't steepness the slope? Yes. It is 210 for my slope. Is that a pretty big number for slope? Yeah, it is. It's just a super steep. This is the Valraven. Okay? See how steep it is? It's not directly vertical, okay, but it's pretty darn steep. Fair enough? So what's your equation of this line? Perfect. Love it. But now I have a follow-up question. Predict the annual sales of a business after 10 years. How'd you do that? You put 10 in for the X. What's that? It does, but it doesn't, Luke. So you see how it says it compares the number of years and its annual number of sales? Because they say number of years first, that's the X. And you said 2330? Dalton? Perfect. Everybody see where that comes from? Yes. All right, let's try another one. Now, you said that was a long problem. That took me all of 2.5 minutes to do. I know. Take a look at the next one. It says a scatter plot displays the number of texts and the number of calls made daily. Write an equation for the line of fit. Well, if I'm going to write an equation, I need 2 points, don't I? Did I tell you what 2 points to use? Yes, I did. Darken them, and draw a line of fit. Darken them and draw a line of fit. It's only in black, the lines on this graph. And I like mine to be in color, so I could do a straight edge on here with black, but it stands out a little bit for me if it's in green. Okay, so now what are you going to do to find the equation? Plug them in. 2, 9 and 17, 4. 2, 9 and 17, 4. There they are. Negative, but here's my issue. This 3 repeats, doesn't it? I can't possibly type in all those 3's, can I? You can't. What is 0.3 repeating as a fraction? This is just something you have to know. What is 0.3 repeating as a fraction? No. Google it. Not 3/10, nope. It is 1/3. So this is going to be 1/3, right? Does everybody see that? Yes or no? That'll be negative 1/3, but look at over here. I have 0.6 repeating, don't I? I need to know what 0.6 repeating is as a fraction. Not 1/6, nope. Nope. You guys can literally Google it. Type it in your, no, it's not. Type it in your search bar. What is 0.6 repeating? It is 2/3. So this will be 9 and 2/3. How we doing? Fine? Are you sure? Yes? Okay, so now I'm ready for my equation. Can you tell me what my equation is? The whole equation. Now, isn't it negative 1/3x? Plus 9 and 2/3. So there's my equation. But now I want to make a prediction. Predict the number of calls when somebody sends 10 texts. What are you going to do with the 10? Put it in for x because the text is on the x-axis. So this will be negative 1/3 times 10 plus 9 and 2/3. Can you have a third of a phone call? Maybe if somebody hangs up on you, okay? But we would probably round this to 6. Now, how do we check it? We look at our graph. Where is 10 on the x-axis? Right there. I'm going up to the line, which is right here. Is that at approximately 6 1/3? Yes, it is. So we must be pretty correct. Fair enough? Okay, now I smell the bacon. It smells like bacon. No? Okay, I've got one more left. Take a look at your next problem. What is this graph? That was a long time ago, 2 weeks ago, before Thanksgiving. What is this graph telling you? What is this scatter plot about? Test scores, and you doing what? Studying. Okay. What's studying measured in? Minutes. Good to know. Write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So I need to tell you what points to use. Let's use this one right here. And let's use that one right there. Darken them. Can somebody give me an approximation of what this first point would be? We go by 15s, so what would you say that is? 40, 75, I like that. And then what would you tell me for an approximation for this one? No. 73. I think that looks higher than that. 88, 89. So how about, what did you tell me? 73, 89. How about that? Use your straight edge and draw yourself a line of best fit. When you're done drawing your line of best fit, let's get an equation. So go ahead and type those points in, and let's see what we get here. Got it? Hold on a second. 40, 75. What was my other one? 73, 89. There we go. Everybody doing okay? Now, the only decimals as of right now that are repeating that I really need you to know are the 0.3 repeating, which is 1/3, and the 0.6 repeating, which is 2/3, okay? All of these, let's just round it to 2 decimal places. Can we do that? Okay, so what's your equation of this line? Y equals what? Is it, there's nothing in front of it, it's 0, right? And again, I'm not going to put the repeating bar over it, okay? This is not one that we're going to do the repeating bar. We're going to round it. What's the other one? 58.03? Is that positive 58? Okay. Now it says predict your test score after studying for 1 hour. Oh, I'm so glad you said 60, Trevor. Does everybody notice how he did not put a 1 in there? Because it's measured in minutes, not in hours. Measured in minutes, not in hours. Pay attention. Let's go. I wasn't talking to you. Yeah, I know. I wasn't. Get a number for me? Just one of you. Can you have a decimal of a percentage on a test? Does it have to be a whole number? Doesn't have to be a whole number. So we're okay with the decimal there. Let's see how our answer looks on our graph. I'm going to where 60 is. If I follow where 60 is up to my graph, does that look like approximately 83? Around there, doesn't it? So we must be pretty close to being right there. Fair enough? Question for you. According to your equation, what would you get on this test if you didn't study at all? No. You would get 58.3 according to this equation. If I put a 0 in here for studying, it would be 58.3. Does everybody see that? Well, I'm just asking you what it looks like, okay? I don't know. Okay, does anybody have any questions on your notes for today? Okay, your homework. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, again, you'll be using Desmos. Okay, just leave your Chromebooks open, get the books out from under your desk. You've got plenty of time to start. The first few are you just telling me is it positive or negative and then describing it for me. Hold on a second. The next few, you're actually going to have to use Desmos. And when I do that, you guys, I normally tell you the 2 points to use, correct? They are written right in your book of what points you're going to use. They're part of the question. Does anybody have any questions for me? No? Okay, go ahead and get started. I just need to stop the recording here real quick.